camera's on. That means I'm on. Welcome to Seattle Connected, the show that connects you with entrepreneurs, business people, movers and shakers in our community, letting you know who they are first, before they become household names like we know they soon will be. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay, then it's official. All right, today we have a returning guest, and everyone doesn't get to always come back. Nothing against them, but it has to fit. So this person is the example of when our parents or grandparents would say, you know, thank God I don't look like what I've been through, right? Because she's been through a lot, but you wouldn't tell by the way she carries herself, not just on the outside, but the beautiful spirit that she carries inside of her. And even when she's off and not working, which really doesn't happen, she always makes sure to make sure other people are good. You know, she takes time to make sure that you're pouring into yourself and not just letting others take from you. Yeah. She is an amazing person, a model, an actress, a businesswoman, an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor, and an all-around good person. Please give it up for my friend, Ife. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having me back.
Okay, how was the intro?
That intro was amazing.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
You got my Cash App, right?
Yeah, I'll slide it to you after.
I got you. Yeah, That's what's up. Thank you for coming back. And I love the jumpsuit. I was saying that is.
Yeah.
Woo.
The stars.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Reach for the stars.
There you go.
So you were saying that you're a jumpsuit person?
I am a jumpsuit person. I have a bunch of these in different colors.
Nice.
I'm all about comfort, you know, style
Very
and
important.
comfort. You know what I mean?
Blend the two together, right?
Absolutely.
You just can't be like stylish and then you're not comfortable.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, who wants to be, you look good, but you can barely walk or you
Right.
can barely move,
Yeah.
you know?
You're just waiting for whatever event you're at to end, or like, oh, why did I do this? I'm ready to go.
Exactly.
It's like, well, you chose to wear that. You knew it wasn't comfortable.
Exactly.
So
Not
Miss Ife, just for those who did not see our wonderful first episode, which was one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Don't tell the other guests. Can you please give them like a quick, what was your background? Because we talked about you traveling and modeling and all kind of wonderful things that brought you back to the Great Northwest.
Yes. So, I've been back, born and raised in Seattle, been back for, 8 years now. This is 2025. It's 2025, almost 2026. Been back for a while, but yes, have lived in other cities, went to grad school in London, lived in LA, did the artist journey, you know, and all of that stuff as a singer and a songwriter, a performer. Started Her Glow, which we're going to talk about. We talked about that last time too. For those
we got to
of you
talk about it again.
That missed it. Yes,
That's
Her
right.
Glow is my beauty and wellness brand, mainly wellness brand for women and girls. And it's all about empowering women. And so goes the woman, so goes the culture. We hold up the culture. So I want to make it my business. I am making it my business to do everything I can to empower the women around me in my community. Help us make more self-esteem based decisions, because your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. So I'm focused on Her Glow has two parts. We have the retail store, because I make jewelry. As you can see, everything I'm wearing, I made.
Come on
we
now.
have the jewelry and the accessories, which has been doing very well in the Seattle area. You may have seen me out and about at a market or at a pop-up. And then we have the wellness side, which is where the workshops come in. And we're going to talk more about that. But that's the basic background. GetHerGlow.com is where you can find out about our workshops and what we offer.
Yeah. So, Ife, I'm not going to pretend like I have remembered, rehearsed everything you have on your website, because you have so many workshops, and that's a good thing. And I was thinking about it because I was like, there's literally something for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's what was dope, because I was looking at one and I was like, okay, I know some people that will fit this. And then I kept scrolling. I was like, oh, she has another one.
Yeah. I think I have about 6.
She has another one.
Yeah.
I kept going. I was like, man, when does this end? But I think that's cool, because sometimes, you know, when you have a business, people might kind of, if they check out your business and they feel like there's nothing for them, it's very seldom that they'll come back.
Right.
and say, well, maybe they have something for me now. So I think that's so cool that you have so many options where there might be a workshop for this person that doesn't fit that person, or that person might want to take this workshop and then that'll lead them to another one of your workshops or whatnot. Or I have a friend who I want to bring to this workshop that, could be very beneficial for them. How did you come up with this? Now, was this something that you thought about years ago? Was it something that once your brand started to grow, you said, you know what? I want to have this baby, this extension of the Her Glow brand.
Yeah.
Check it out. What's the website again?
It's getherglow.com.
Getherglow.com.
And that's a great question because,
Getherglow.com.
but actually it was always a part. So the wellness side. So
yeah,
the big vision for Her Glow is that it's about inner and outer wellness. So the outer is the adornment, right? It's the jewelry, it's the look. I used to teach, initially when I started Her Glow, I used to teach makeup classes.
Okay.
And I had like beauty, that kind of thing. But that's where the retail store comes from, is because I make jewelry. I've always loved accessories. I love hats. I love bags. I love to look and feel our best. That's important for women, to show up, looking and feeling our best. And so that part has been the part that's taken off the most. So I've kind of run with that. But the big vision has always included the inner beauty, which is the inner work. I got certified as a life and health coach a few years, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago now.
I don't think you mentioned that last time.
Yeah,
let's give
and
it up for you.
It's really important. Thank you. It's really important to me. I'm constantly trying to grow and work on myself, and especially with the environment we're in now, in the country, in the world, it's really important that we learn tools on how to navigate through all this stuff with our head above water. And so the workshops are an extension of that. So I think I have about 6 workshops at right now that I'm going with. One of them actually is an earring workshop. So that one is kind of for people who want to learn how to make our tassel earrings, which is something kind of a DIY thing. Okay. But the other 5, core 5, there's one called Young Queens, which is for our girls.
Yeah, and I want to go through.
Then we have a few other ones. Yeah, so there's the signature workshop, which is the empowerment workshop for women that I teach. And the vision is to bring in other coaches, bring in other people to teach some of these with me. So it's not just all me.
Yeah.
It's not just all me. That's the vision. So it's what's happening right now is our fall workshop series. So we have 3 workshops. We have one in September, one in October, one in November. So we kicked off with the vendor workshop because, I'm a vendor. I sell, on the retail side. And so last month I had an online workshop called Vend Like a Boss, teaching small businesses how to get their vending journey started, or if you have products you want to sell. People come up to me all the time. Other vendors ask me, how did you get this? How do you do, so that went well. We had some small businesses come through. That was online. The next one will be October 23rd, online and in person. And then the tassel earring workshop will be November 18th. So the fall workshop series, these 3 workshops are being wonderfully and generously supported by the GSBA, the Greater Seattle Business Association, which is the largest business association for LGBTQIA businesses in Washington State. It's a wonderful organization. I'm a member. I'm an ally and a member.
Okay.
And
Shout out to them.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. The GSBA, Greater Seattle Business Association. So the workshop, the Her Glow Empowerment Workshop for Women, will be October 23rd in person at the offices. We'll be there. You can come in person if you like. We'll take walk-ins too. I want to open it up to as many women as possible of all kinds. Or you can come online. And so far we have a nice little small group that signed up. We got about almost 20 people so far. I'm trying to get it to 25 or 30 would be great. Yeah, and so I'll be teaching that. And so the workshops are really a reflection of what I think is important for women to start doing very more specific inner work around decisions and how we make decisions. And because your decisions always tell on you. Your decisions always tell on you. It's not what you say, it's what you do.
Oh, wow.
And it's our patterns. It's our patterns, right?
Listen.
So we're going to get into that and accountability and all the things. So, yeah.
Okay, Ife.
Yes, sir.
You got to trademark that.
I might, actually.
You shouldn't have said it on camera.
I might. Well, it's going to be in the workshop.
Maybe
so.
we'll edit this part. No, that is good. Your
Thank
decisions. Can you say that one more time,
Yeah,
please?
your decisions always tell on you.
Why?
Because you may talk that talk. You may say that you're doing this, or you say you believe in this, or oh no, I'm excited about. Oh no, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Oh, I'm doing. But you're saying that. But if you really sat down and look at the choices you've made, even over the past year, we do this in the workshop. We do a reflection exercise where we go for the past. I say do 2 years, right? It doesn't have to be a long period of time, and look at some of the decisions you've made, major decisions you've made. That and track those and really sit with that in front of you. Because it's powerful when you write things down. That will tell you how you really feel about yourself. Your decisions are a reflection of how you feel about yourself.
That's very true.
And in dating, in our relationships.
Oh man, she's
in
going
how we
in.
make our money.
Yeah.
How we take care of our bodies. Oh, I'm going in.
Yes, please
I'm going
do.
in
We need
with
that.
because this is important for women to really examine these things and be honest with ourselves, about what we say about versus what we do, and to be accountable. Accountability, here's another one for you. Accountability is not a punishment, it's power. Accountability is not a punishment. Usually when we say we're holding someone accountable, it means you're in trouble. It means, oh, well,
Right.
there's consequences attached to that. And consequences aren't negative. They're just the result of a choice.
That's true.
So the more we can reframe accountability and reframe it as something that's actually powerful, because you can't change something if you don't own it. If you don't have it in your hand, you can't let it go.
That's true. I like that, man. I like
Come
that.
to the workshop, lady. Listen.
Okay.
Listen. And the fellas, I want to do something for
Okay.
men too.
Yeah.
down the line.
Shout out to the fellas. And,
Down the line. Right now it's about us.
But you know what? They
Down the line.
can help pay for one of the workshops for
That's
for
right.
a loved one.
Exactly.
A
They
significant
can
other,
gift.
a mom, or
Yes.
daughter.
Gift a woman in your life. Now,
That's
this
right.
first workshop, everyone, October 23rd is free. This
Okay.
first one is free.
okay.
Down the line, it would be a little fee, but
Okay.
right now it's free because I want to get as many women as possible.
Okay, so that's the Her Glow Empowerment Workshop, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so let's go down the list.
Okay.
Go down, and you can kind of describe what's the difference with this versus another one. So I'm looking at Leading with Glow.
Yes. That's the one for our professional, specifically for Her Glow Pro. I have a kind of a subset of Her Glow called Her Glow Pro, as in professional. And I have a whole workshop for just focusing on women in our professional lives. And that one is about, again, still about accountability, still the framework of healthy decision making, but how are we showing up at work? How are we showing up? First of all, how are we making money? How are we making a decision about how we're choosing to make money? Because I don't know, you may have heard this phrase many of us grew up with: you do what you love and the money will follow.
Yeah.
Or follow your passion and
Yeah,
money will
yeah.
follow, that kind of thing. And I don't know if I fully agree with that, So we'll kind of get into that. And now we're in a very different world. In 2025, 300,000 Black women were just laid off in the past, 3 or 4 months, specifically in the tech field. Some of which I know. So the job market is probably the worst it's been in 10 years at least. I mean, it's very difficult to get a job right now. If you have a white collar job, and be specific, if you have a white collar job kind of right now, you want to keep it, right? I wouldn't encourage you to job. Now's not the time to try to job hop. Companies are restructuring. The numbers in layoffs keep growing, all those kinds of things. So a lot of times we attach our self-esteem and our worth to what we do. Who am I if I'm not making 6 figures a year? Who am I if I'm not the VP? Who am I if I'm not the managing director or so it's exploring some of that as well. And just really getting into not letting what we do define necessarily who we are, and having a healthier relationship to our jobs, and how we're showing up in a professional setting, and what does that look like, especially if you're a leader, right? If you're a team leader or a manager, a director, or if you're an entrepreneur like I am, right? But I've worked at Microsoft, I've worked at Deloitte, I've been in tech, so I've had kind of traditional jobs, 9-to-5s too. And so we kind of touch on that. That's for our professional lives.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, you see?
She's like,
catch it?
look.
You catching it?
She's like, I got a lot. I got a lot. Something for everyone, and that's what's
Yeah.
dope. So
I'm trying, you know.
no, you're doing a good job. I appreciate you being here. So let's see what's up. And why is like my phone going to everything but the next one? Okay, so we touched on that. So how about you tell us about the Young Queens Rising?
Yes, Young Queens Rising is a workshop for our young women, ages 14 to 21.
You, right?
Well,
21?
21 is my stage age.
Well,
You know,
pick a
don't
number
tell-
you like
don't
and
tell
stay with
anybody
it.
that. Okay.
Just hit pause.
Just hit pause.
Yep. Yeah.
I wish it was that.
But
easy.
your brain keeps going.
Your brain.
That's
keeps
the
going.
thing.
But I freeze the look. Can I freeze the look?
Of course.
Okay. So yes, Young Queens Rising is for our girls, you know, who need us. Oh, our girls need us in this world of social media and all the images that young women are navigating through. And I get into a little bit of data in that one too, because, you know, social media and our phones, as a matter of fact, your engineer and I were just talking about that before you got here about all the different AI tools and how AI is changing everything. But anyway, for our young queens, we get into self-esteem and how they see themselves, which is the hardest. I think the most challenging point in a woman's life is adolescence. In a man's life, probably just in a human's life.
Yeah.
Growing up is challenging, right? Because of all the changes and all the things so we go through. But I think being a young woman in the world today, we have to teach our girls, one, to own our story. That it's okay to speak up for who you are, not to let your friends or peer pressure define who you want to be or how you want to move in the world. Two, to be proud of who you are right now. You're going to change, right? Your hormones, your physical looks may change. You may shoot up in height. You may change your direction. You may not know what you want to do, you know, but things will change, but accepting who you are right now.
Yeah.
And then also just your outlook as a young woman on going out into the world as we get into high school age, right? And we get into jobs a lot. Now, when I was growing up, you know, going to school or going to college or taking a traditional path was kind of like the thing you did. Now, having a degree doesn't guarantee a job.
It doesn't.
There's no job security. I'm not saying you won't get a job. I'm saying it doesn't guarantee you a job in the same way.
And it doesn't guarantee that you'll be able to keep that job.
That's right. There's so much going on around us that's changing. In that particular workshop, I really am going to leave a lot of space for Q&A because I want the girls to ask questions and I want that to be more conversational. I'll bring up certain points I want to touch on, but I really want to hear from them with how they're feeling, and then give them some tools and just mentor and be a big sister and give them some tips on how to, you know, move with love and integrity and grace.
That'd be nice. And I think that's a good one for, like you said, to leave time to have that conversation part because there's going to be so much that needs to be said and should be said. And I think it's amazing that you're going to say, and I'm just assuming, but knowing you well enough that you're not going to be like, this is all about me. You're like, okay, you guys got the mic.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. So I think that's important because as just young adults in general, you know, sometimes you feel like your voice doesn't matter or,
Yes.
I'm young, so they think I'm stupid or they're not going to listen. But it's like, you know, no, I want to know. So the more I know, the more I can help you or I can give you these tools to be able to help yourself. So I think that that's cool that you're going to have that. And it's like, look, this isn't about me. This is about you guys.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And that one, you know what? That one might be my most challenging one in some ways, I feel like, because you don't want to be preachy.
Right.
You don't want to feel like you're talking at them.
Yeah.
I don't want them to receive it like it's a finger wagging session like you or that I'm shooting on them.
That's true. That's very important because some of the young adults I work with, I'll run into them places and their parents always say, you know what, you say exactly what I say, but they listen to you. You know, and they'll always say, well, he said I should do this or I should look into that. And I'm like, you know, whatever it takes, whoever's delivering the message, you know, hey, whatever it takes. So let's go into workplace empowerment.
Yeah. Workplace empowerment. Now that one is one of my newer ones. I'm still kind of
tweaking
shaping
that
that one.
kinda,
Yeah, a little, because that
okay.
one I kind of wanted to focus more on leaders
Mm,
specifically and how they're shaping their workplace culture. What kind of place do I want to create? What kind of work culture do I want to create that people are coming now that people are having to come back into an office,
mm-hmm.
right? In white collar situations.
Yeah.
Um, what kind of environment, and some blue collar too, but what kind of environment am I creating as a leader? So that's more high level.
Mm-hmm.
That's more, how am I leading? What are our values? How are we establishing those values? Am I creating a space as a leader for people to grow, for people to show? How are they showing up? How am I influencing how they're
Yeah.
showing up, and why is that important? So that's what, that one's more, a little more high level, and I'm
Yeah.
still massaging that one.
But
Yeah.
that makes sense. I think it's also important to, and I'm sure you're going to touch on, what to do when the workplace is less than, ideal, because sometimes people get comfortable. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say backstabbing, but there's a lot of like slight and people feeling, well, this person hasn't been here as long, or I should have got that promotion. And sometimes if those conversations aren't had and the gossip starts and whatnot, then people start not feeling value. Like, hey, I feel like I wasn't led in the right direction to be ready for that promotion or even get looked at for that promotion. And then you have a toxic work environment,
Right.
and then that can spread just like positivity, but negativity spreads even faster.
That's right.
So that's, and I know, but part of being a leader is not just having a title, but being able to lead.
That's right.
Sometimes you can be in an environment where you have a leader by title, but they're not leading. They're not showing you, okay, this is how you maneuver in this situation, or this is how I want to inspire my team to be great. They're just about like, do the work, I'm out, peace. And you're like, oh, so they're just teaching me to be selfish. That's what it means to be a leader. So yeah.
Exactly. And leading with curiosity, asking questions and trying to understand. And leading is about role modeling. Again, decisions. They're going to follow they're watching what you do, not just listening to what you say. That applies in everything.
Yes, it does.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you learn more by actually doing or seeing someone versus them telling you, because it's like children, we've all heard, do as I say, not as I do. Right.
Right.
But
which is absolutely a very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Sorry, parents. That's
No.
I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah.
No, that's true.
Even though a lot of
because-
us grew up with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think psychologically, you're like, okay, well, they said I shouldn't do this, but they're doing it. And my mom or my dad, my grandma wouldn't lead me in the wrong way. But if it's okay for them,
Right.
I should be
And
good.
and that's the reasoning.
Yeah.
That's the hypocrisy underneath that reasoning that leads to a lot of problems and challenges. So
Yeah.
that is absolutely the opposite of what I teach.
Right.
That's not my MO at all.
You remember that commercial back in the 80s with the dad? It was like real cheesy, but it was like the dad, and he found like some drugs under the kid's bed, and he was like, "Where
Oh,
you
was
get
it
this
like a
from?"
dare?
Yeah, and he was like, "Where'd you learn this from?" He said, "I learned it from watching
Watching you. That
Yeah.
was a dare commercial.
Yeah,
DARE.
Yeah.
The anti-drug.
Yeah,
I remember
But
that
that's-
commercial. Yeah.
man. But
I remember that.
that's true.
Yes,
You know?
it is. Yeah, it is true.
And then we see that with social media as well, like you were saying earlier. It can be used as a tool to influence you, number one, but it's how is it influencing you?
Right.
Are you looking for, affirmations, things to get your day going and feel like, what, I can take on all the challenges I'm going to experience just living day to day? Or am I going to be doom scrolling? Everything sucks. I hate everybody. So it depends on what you want to do with the tools that you have.
That's right.
And so that's why I'm glad that you are letting all the people participating in these workshops know that they have options.
Right.
Nothing
Right.
is just like, all right, you have to be like this.
That's right. You always have a choice. You
Always
may
have
not
a
like
choice.
the choices in front of you all
Yeah.
the time, but it's important to own your choices. Part of owning your choices and owning your decisions include the ones that may have caused pain in the past or may be uncomfortable. You got to own those too. You got to own all of it.
Okay.
Where are we at now?
Bespoke or
The bespoke.
Yeah,
the
bespoke session.
So that's basically customized.
Oh,
That
okay.
means, you can, if you reach out to me and you have something specific you want to, or something special you want to do, or that may not be covered in the other offerings. Because then the other two are there's the vendor one, and then there's the earring workshop, the tassel earring. So those are kind of in a different category. But yeah, the bespoke is just a chance for you and I to work together on something, maybe something specific you have in mind that may not be covered in the other ones.
Okay, so that's not like an open class. Is that
No.
more like one-on-one?
It can be whatever you want it to be. So I don't know if I would say one-on-one. Depends on whatever someone approaches me with. That's the opportunity for you to come to me and say, hey, I have something customized I want to do. Let's take a room full of, maybe I want to do maybe an hour with professionals and then an hour with the girls, or let's do a half day where we do you know what I mean? So that's where people can kind of come in and create their own workshop.
Nice.
To an extent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like you in a group of 20 people. It would be like, say...
It could be.
Okay.
It could be.
So it just depends on how they want to kind of
That's right.
curate it. Nice.
Yeah. So I thought I'd create one that was like a little more open, in case people wanted to come with something specific or something customizable. So
Okay.
that's what that is. So
Okay. So I see you have some that are, 2 to 4 hours?
well,
Nice.
that's the range. I mean, the
Okay.
the basic ones are about an hour and a half. It's about 90 minutes.
Okay.
Unless you request a half day. Like the professional
I saw
ones,
that one.
you may want to be with your team or something, and do a lunch and learn. So maybe it's from 12 to 3, or from some people bring you in for the day and they take you through So it depends, but for the most part, the average workshop is about an hour and a half.
Okay. And so you have a virtual option for all
They're
of
all
them, or-
virtual. You can have the option to do them in person. You can do both, or do a hybrid. You can do both. You can have it be we all meet in person, but then some people have to clock in online.
Okay.
Or log in.
Yeah.
I should say. So yeah. So I kind of prefer in person because I like the
too.
in-person connection. But more and more I've been doing things online, and it's just as powerful. You're still connecting. It's just as powerful. I mean, what COVID taught us that.
Yeah.
So whether we liked it or not at that time, right? So.
As long as the work's
I've gotten
getting done.
used to doing stuff remotely and doing stuff through video Zoom. I'm on a Google Hang or a Zoom or whatever. So yeah, it can be both or either or.
Yeah. For me, things that I'm not really sure about, I prefer to take the virtual approach
Okay.
versus being face to face. Because the nerves are all right, is everyone looking at me, or is it?
Oh,
do
so
I
you get nervous.
Do I feel like I need to, but if I don't raise my hand, am I going to be looked at differently? I don't know. It really depends, because there's some things I'll see and I'm like, oh, that seems so cool. I want to go to that. And then I get disappointed that it's virtually only. I'm like, oh,
See?
but it looked like
Yeah.
something cool. I want to, but then there's
yeah.
some things I'm like, all right, it's virtual. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm really going to do it. I feel like I
Yeah.
don't have as much. So yeah, I think it's good to have that balance, because some people prefer one way, some people prefer others, some like the hybrid, a little bit of both. So
Right.
I think that's cool that you have those options. And it also helps for those who might not be, mobile right now, or say they need childcare, but they're comfortable with their child being, in another room, and they can kind of. So I think that's good job, Ife.
Yeah, you have to have that option. It's
Yeah.
just some people physically can't come.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Yeah, it's easier for them to just log in on their phone. So
Yeah.
yeah. So those are the current workshops. At least those will be what'll take us through 2020 through the next year. Working on a couple other things potentially, maybe a little podcast of my own.
Ooh,
We are working on that, and you'll have to come on mine,
please do.
of course.
You're
But
saying it
yeah,
on
I'm thinking
camera,
about
so-
that as far as just kind of launching, when that would launch. But yeah, a podcast is definitely a part. And I see it as an extension of the workshops and an
It is.
extension of the community work. Everyone can't always physically come and sit on a panel with you or come and be in the room with you.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a huge fan of podcasts. I listen to them all the time. I watch them all the time. So yeah, I think it's just kind of a natural evolution. So that's coming, and yeah, we're expanding, and yeah,
That's a good thing. That means the people are listening.
hopefully.
They want more. You're feeding them the right content.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the feedback. I've started doing a lot of videos and stuff too. We're all on, so follow me on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
All through, follow me on, of course, all the Facebook, Instagram. You'll start to see a lot of me, a lot of videos, and a lot of me just sharing my empowerment tips and talking about life and giving ladies tips, and for men too. But
Yeah,
just giving.
that's dope.
Yeah, so you'll see if you follow me that I'm floating around a lot. You'll see my face a lot.
There you go.
I'm doing a lot. You'll see me out there.
She's like,
yeah.
I don't mean any harm. I'm here for a good thing. I'm just here to empower you.
Trying to give you, trying to uplift and empower as much as I can.
Now I have a question for you. As far as the in-person, do you have a designated location for that, or are you still kind of?
So for the current workshop on October 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific, we will be in person at the GSBA offices, which are in Seattle, in the Capitol Hill area of Seattle. So if you can come on down if you're available, everyone watching, if you want to come and join us at 6 p.m., you can come down. Of course, you can always come online, but in person for this particular workshop, because they are supporting the series, it will be there. And then our next workshop in November, which is the tassel earring workshop. Oh, I should have worn some tassels today so I could show you. I just realized that. But anyway, that will be in person at the GSBA offices as well. That one's obviously only in person because you got to be there to make the earrings, right? But that's not true. Somebody asked me, could I do it virtual? I thought, well, I thought you couldn't, but really, I guess you could do it from home, maybe. I don't know, but that one will be there as well in the offices.
But like your empowerment series.
Yeah, so the whole series, all three.
Mm-hmm.
The first one in September was virtual. October and November, in person primarily. But then, but the one on the 23rd, you can also log in online. I have a lot of folks coming from all over the country for this one, and on the 23rd, I'm really excited. Some people I know, or personal friends, some are not. I don't know. The more people I don't know, the better, right?
Yeah.
So. A lot of folks will be coming for this particular one. October 23rd will be coming online.
Okay.
But yeah. So GSBA has been very generous, and we're using their offices.
Yeah. Wow, that's important.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're
that's
great.
important. So, how's the candy shop going?
The candy shop is we're gearing up for holiday time. I'm slowing the candy shop, the pop-ups, down a little bit this fall. I'm not as out there as I would normally be these past few years.
You got so much else going on. That's why I like
I'm focusing more on the workshops.
30 hats.
I'm focusing more on the workshops, but I will for sure, for those of you specifically in the Seattle area, if you enjoy going to the Intiman Theater every December for Black Nativity, which is very popular here. We were there last year. I will be there again this year. You will start seeing less of me. I'm bringing in more young people and training them so they can work the markets for me, and they can come out and sell and learn how to do that. And so you'll see me, but then you'll see some other people representing the candy shop too. But yeah, I know we have that coming. There's a couple others that may pop up for holiday, because holiday is usually pretty popular.
Yeah.
I have some new pieces that I've made. Probably won't be launching those in more so till maybe first quarter next year, maybe more spring. But for holiday, we've got plenty of stuff. We've got a sale going on online right now. So herglowcandyshop.com. Candy as in candy accessories. People ask me all the time, so can you eat them?
Right.
People come, I'm like, no.
No, please
That's
don't.
the theme of the store, meaning ear candy,
Yeah.
hat candy, ring candy, neck candy. So candy accessories.
That's right.
Right? But I realized branding 101, folks, I'm going to have to change my sign, and I'm going to have to specifically say, because it says on my sign when you see me at a pop-up, right? It says candy accessories on the sign, and they're like, oh, so they're made of candy. People say, I said, oh, I've got to change that. So I got to make it more clear that it's not candy you eat, it's candy you wear.
Yeah. Eye candy.
So I'm going to have to switch it on there. So branding 101, folks, get your messaging right
Yeah,
on the sign.
They're like, man, I wanted something sweet.
I had to learn that the hard way.
Jeez.
Yeah. But the candy shop, it's going pretty good. It's a little slower right now, but we'll be geared up for holiday. We'll be out there, so you'll see me around the Seattle area.
Will you have items for sale at your workshops?
Yes.
Okay.
Not in October, but in November at the tassel earring workshop, I'll do probably a little setup there. So if you want to grab some other, well, with that one, it won't be my full setup. It'll just be other tassels. The ones,
Okay.
so it'll be other earrings. You know, you can make some, and then I have some that are already made if you want to buy some, that kind of thing.
Didn't you do a tassel making workshop at
No,
Nom?
I did.
Yeah.
You have a great memory.
See,
I did.
thank you.
I did the tassel earring workshop earlier this year for Black History Month. I did it in February at NAM, which is the Northwest African American Museum.
Yes.
And yeah, it went really well. It was a lot of fun. That was an awesome workshop. And from that led to a couple other things. So yeah, I did, and I'd love to come back to NAM. They've been great to me.
Nice.
But yeah, so yeah.
That's what's up. So one more time before you leave, can you please let everyone know how they can check out these wonderful workshops? They can support you.
Yeah.
They can get some candy that you wear,
Not that you eat.
not that you eat. Disclaimer.
Yes. So we have two websites, right? We have getherglow.com. That's where all things Herglow. You can actually go to the candy shop from there too, but that's kind of Herglow Central. So getherglow.com, all things workshops. And then if you want to go, if you're not into the workshops, you want to go straight to the jewelry and the bags and the hats and the accessories, that's herglowcandyshop.com. And then, of course, you can follow me on social with both those handles. So at getherglow, at Herglow Candy Shop.
Any shout outs?
NAM, I will be at the fundraiser for NAM tomorrow night. Love the Northwest African American Museum. Get a membership, folks. And shout out, of course, to the GSBA, the Greater Seattle Business Association, supporting our LGBTQIA plus community and businesses here. Yeah.
You shot yourself out.
Oh, do I have to shoot? I have to shout myself
Yep.
out too?
Yeah, you have to.
No,
Self-love.
no,
Go.
I can't. No. How do I do that? How do I shout myself
I
out?
don't know. I've never done that. I'll have to figure it out, and then I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Ife, thank you so
Yes.
much. You didn't wear the tassels.
I didn't wear
So,
the tassels. Gosh,
That
dang
just
it.
means that you'll have to come back. Yep.
I have to come back.
For round 3. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I know the workshops aren't, for males such as myself, but I'm excited because I know that it's going to impact so many lives, from young women to women who are, older, but they still want to grow. They still
That's
want to be
right.
the best version of themselves they can be. So I think that's dope because not only are they going to grow, but it's going to help them. And what I mean by help them is it always seems like people are able to grow differently when there's other people around you, like we were talking about energy before. So I think that's going to be so cool to be around other people who are here for the same reason that they are.
That's right.
And then before you know it, you can have a sisterhood. You can meet someone who's going to be a friend or a
Exactly.
mentor, and then they can spread it on and
Yeah.
they
It's
can
called
talk.
building community.
Come on now.
Building community.
Come on.
For women. That's what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. That's what I am doing. So,
You better come on, say it with your
Absolutely.
chest.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you can tell them your Cash App. So, the holidays are coming. If they want to,
If they want to slide me a little something.
you're not against it. You're not
I'm
saying
not-
that that's what they need to
I'm not
do,
opposed to
but
it.
you're not opposed to it.
This is correct.
It's appreciated. Appreciate it. So,
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
man.
it's always fun to come chat with you. So
Thank you.
We'll see you next time for
I-
round 3.
Yes. Round 3.
Yeah.
And when you start getting into the movies, because I know you have some roles coming up, don't forget about me.
You
Please.
think I would forget about you? It's not gonna happen.
I don't know. I hope not.
Not gonna happen.
I'll be that guy at the premiere. Hey, Faye. Hey, Faye. No, don't call security on me. I do. We did too. Man, come on.
Yeah. You. That's gonna be you.
If you forget about me,
If I forget about
Yeah.
you. Not gonna happen.
I'll get arrested, but I mean, it'll be worth it. Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
But thank you so much. I know I'm going to see you around at one of these events,
course.
even though you're slowing down, but you're not invisible. You're always around. I'll spread the word. TikTok, Instagram, the website, both of them, two websites.
That's right.
And please keep it up.
Thank you. You too.
Really, I'm trying.
You too.
Please keep me in your prayers. You're the best.
You're the best.
Thank you, Ife. And thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Like I always say, it's important to take care of others, but please, please Make sure you take time to take care of yourself. Until next time, stay connected. Peace.